بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته طلاب مازون كوليج، مرحبا بكم مرة ثانية في e-commerce IST-241. In this chapter we are going to study or learn how we are securing our website or our business. In chapter 4 we learn how to build a business, or how we build our website or web app or mobile app. But after creating this, do we need to secure it? Of course, yes. And in this chapter, we are going to learn how we learn first what is a threat that may cause in our site, and what is a possible ways to protect or to prevent our data from unauthorized access. So this chapter is actually about the e-commerce security and payment system. Cyberwar or MAD. What is a MAD actually? It is a mutual assurance destruction. This is, I will leave it for you to be discuss it with your partner or with your friends or even with your own life. What is the difference between hacking and cyberwar? Is there any cyberwar? Yes, of course, there is a cyberwar, but you need to know what is a cyberwar and what is the difference between hacking and cyberwar. Why has a cyberwar become more potential, devastating in the past decade? Why has Google been the target of so many cyber attacks? So you have to know why and how and who may take that kind of attack. Is it possible to find a political solution to MAD 2.0? So just search on this and find out a possible answers or the good answers for all these questions. So let me see first the e-commerce security impairment. In overall, all losses of the cybercrime unclear. To be sure, that is because not all the reports or all it's not all the crimes or cyber crimes has been recorded. Some of them are recorded and some of them are ignored, and there is no exact number of losses or a number of reporting that is shows the size of losses. In 2012 survey, average annualized cost of cybercrime was 8.9 million a year. This is in 2012. For that reason, now you can see in everywhere, أمن المعلومات in everywhere, RTA, cyber crimes departments, and a lot of. And also cybersecurity is now a very famous and popular specification. Underground economy marketplace, stolen. This is actually the main purpose of the hackers or of the crackers to steal information which is stored on underground economy servers. For example, if we say if I just hack Visa card website, so what I will get from there? So of course I will become very rich, but don't do that. Okay, so what is a good economy security? To achieve actually the high degree of security, we need to do three things. First, we need to apply some technologies or some softwares which can be strong enough to monitor or to protect our data. Also, we have to apply an organizational policies and procedures. In internal policy, for example, we are here in Mazun College, there's a policy or how we are using our computers, how we are using our internet, what kind of authority we are using, if we are using an organization resources. Also, there's an industry standard and government laws. of course, there's قانون or there's a law for IT crimes. Maybe you heard about it. قانون or قانون تقنية المعلومات. Other factors also, time value of money, cost of security also, potential loss. This is, we are going to compare a security over the break at weakest or weakest link. If you see here, we have actually what we are protecting. We are protecting data. Data is our core node of the things. So how we are protect the data? We are protecting the data in the beginning, if we say a technical or a technology solutions like antiviruses, firewalls, protecting softwares, and all that things which is protect our data. Behind that, also we have, okay, we have a technology, we have a firewall. Okay, there's a policy how to use that firewall. Is there's organization put a policy how you are accessing that firewall and who have that privacy or privilege to log in to that firewall, for example. Okay, and how you are going to use this policy. Of course, this policy should be aligned with the law. It shouldn't contract with the law. It should be obey with law and industrial standard. The law of the government. If you see here, if we see we are in a country, and inside a country we are in our organization. For example, let us take example Amazon College, and inside Amazon College we have a technical software or a technology that we are using to protect our data. What is our data is? Here we have student data, staff data, academic results, everything that is, it's just a data. But this data is valuable for us, is it? So we don't want to publish, for example, as a student, your information for outward to be used or to be unauthorized used. It's supposed to be internally only, and that is how we are protecting our data, and this is how the organization protect also always data. If you see here now I built my website. Just we are two parts. First part is a merchant. Second part is a customer, is it? The client himself. So what is actually dimension between e-security or e-commerce security in this? First of it, integrity. In integrity, the customer will ask how information I transmitted or received by the alternate or by the merchant, is that a data will be reached to them or not? And also a question by the merchant themselves, has the data on this site been altered by someone? So, or without the authorization, if we are stored this data in our database, is there any unauthorized people has came and changed this data, if we know or not? So this is a main concern. Also in non-repudiation, can a party or an action with me later deny taking this action? If I just repeat my data, or if I just change my data, will they block me? Or will they do any action for me? Yes or no? Can a customer, in another side, can a customer deny ordering products? Because we are selling products, and that customer is our aim. He is our valuable things. Our money came from our customer, isn't it? So now let we see can we block a customer to entering our data or our website, and why? Authenticity also. Who I am doing or who I am dealing with. I am with online, and I see in a website there, and someone said or claim we are an organization of selling this product. We are the only one in the world. Are that correct? Or are this organization, is it an organization I can trust in? So this is my question always as a customer. But let me say on the other hand, is that a real identity of the customer? Is that Nasser, he is the person who give this information, or someone else? Also, confidentiality. سرية البيانات. Can someone other than intended received, يعني I sent this message to this organization. Is there anyone else can read this information? What I wrote it? In other side also, is the message, is the confidential data accepted or accessible to anyone other than the authorized? We have to ask this question in both sides. Privacy also. If I am ordering something or if I am dealing with you, I want my information to be kept secret, not to shown to others. And also in merchant, let me see. He will ask this question: is that a person, or that person, he's the right person who are giving me this information, or he stole that information from someone and just claim that is me? So again, we need to know about this. This is a concern. This is a customer and merchant representative. Of course, the availability, the last one, which is, can I access your website in any time, anywhere? So my question as a merchant is, my website is operational? Is it working? Is it available for everybody? So it can reach all my target audience? Yes or no? So I have to answer all these dimensions. Attention between security and other values. Is there any tension between security and other values? Of course, yes. How? Let me assume that I have a door here. If I lock this door with one key, is it easy to open? No? It's one time, just open the key and log in. But what if I make 3 or 4 door locks? So to open that door, I need to open all these locks first. 1, 2, 3, 4 locks. Okay? So is that take time? So as much as a security applied, as much as a time need. So that is, the more security measures added, the more difficult site is to use. So and the lower it's become. A public safety and criminal use for the internet, use of technology by criminals. As that's also technical, or that's technology we are using, a criminal also, they will study that technology, and they may use it, or they find some threats that can be accessed through and threat our organization or our nation even. The 3 key points of vulnerability يعني الثغرات أو أكثر مناطق الثغرات. Vulnerability in e-commerce environment. First one is the client. So clients usually or mostly they just download unauthorized web apps, and they also they may visit a website that is not safe, and a lot of things they do it. So the first one is a client, the customer himself, his mobile or his laptop. He may download many software. That software open some vulnerabilities in their sites, and that may cause some threats to our site. Second one is a server side. Of course, we are as a client side, and server side, client server technology. We studied that in Chapter 3, and we implemented in Chapter 4. Today we are going to secure it, and we will learn how we are secure it, what is the most things that we are going to secure. And the third one is the communication pipeline اللي هي الانترنت نفسها. الحين أنا جالس في بيتنا وأتعامل معك من بيتنا of course I am in my office, so now they will consider me absent. No, I am in my office, not in my house. Just okay, so a communication pipeline. I am in my house, again in my house. I am in my office, and the other part is in somewhere. So how the media will communicate between our site, between me and my server, or where that I am visiting? Everything will travel through the media, through the internet, through the cables. Do you remember when I opened you the global and I saw you the C cables and all that, how the world are connected? Yes, that cables also may cause threats. If you see here, this is a traditional, actually, or the typical transaction. If the customer creates an order through the internet to the server, and the internet provider service will connect to the online store. This is, for example, this is Umantel. We are calling from Mazoon College to Umantel, and Umantel will take us to the online store. And online store, it's nothing but a server where our software or our website that is stored in. And that is will connect to the database server and to warehouse. warehouse يعني المخزن، الستور. لما أنا أطلب مادة من هنا راح يشوفها في الداتابيس، وبالتالي راح يطلبها من المخزن، المخزن بيوديها. في النص هنا في عملية راح تصير، or an operation will happen between البنك مالي والبنك مال التاجر نفسه. So a transaction will happen between my bank and the merchant bank, and store or warehouse will send that or ship that items to me at the end. So let me see now, where is the weakest point here? Where we can find, just think for a second. Think where we may find some weakness in this diagram. Is there any weakness? Let me see here. See, the first weakness can be happen, that is if a user used a Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi can be listened, can be also stolen by middleware. A person in middle can be attacked or take that service. And also internet service provider may provide a service via their towers. If you remember that, they don't provide us a cable, they provide us a wireless. مثل أريدو مثلا. It doesn't mean that it is not a secure, but still there's a threat. This can be attacked. And also in server itself, if you see there is beacons, is a web beacons, and there's a Wi-Fi listening. It's maybe happen in a Wi-Fi, and also in a store there's a customer list hack. Maybe it can be hacked, and I will make order in your name. And also, if you see here, while you are just bank transaction, a security breach may happen. For example, DOS attack. Do you know what is the DOS attack or DOS attack? DOS attack, that means they will send many requests to the server to get some information about your let me say, for example, your credit card or traffic that will be hacked, or block, deny of service, that is block your server of working. And it may also happens, for example, when I am ordering one item here in database, I may just SQL injection. That means I will just send that to the database server, and I will say, for example, I will change the order from 1 to 10 without changing the other details. For example, the value or the price of, in 10 I will take 1. in 10 item I will take it in 1 item price, and that is may happen. Also in shipping, It can be happen. In shipping, once the shipping system will run, do you know that the industry value a chain and the industry network, if you remember that in chapter 3. Also, a shipping will be can also attack and change the delivery point. In place of delivering to me, it will just order it to deliver to the hacker place. So all these points are there is a threat. All these points we need to cover it well. We need to protect it. So what is the most common security threats in the e-commerce environment? Of course, the malicious malware and exploits. That is called a malicious code. Malware and exploits. That is, a malware is just nothing but a softwares or a programs that will do some work. For example, one of them drive-by download. For example, if I send you a link, I will say, oh, guys, this link will provide you a gift. Just download it. So once you click that link, a virus or a malware will download it to your computer, and then I will manage or I will handle your computer. Computer viruses is another type of the threats that is also can be caused to destroy data or destroy your computer. Worms is also like a virus, but it's more dangerous because it can repeat itself. It can just copy itself to somewhere. Viruses will not be effective until you click to it. Unlike malware, it may come to you once it's reached to your computer, it will copy yourself. And many of the students, I know that they are facing a such malware, which is URL. لما تجيب اليو اس بي وتحطها على واحد من الكمبيوترات المصابه تلقائيا تروح كل البيانات اللي في كمبيوترك اللي في الديسك تعمل هيدن، وبعد كذا لما تروح على كمبيوتر ثاني وتنزلها ايضا الكمبيوتر الثاني ينصاب. فهذه this is one of the viruses or malwares more dangerous than the viruses because it can copy itself. Ransomware سمعتوا فيها latestly اللي هي برامج الفدية. So that's we attack your computer and then we encrypt all data. كل ملفاتك كل بياناتك everything we are going to just encrypt it نشفرها and then we will ask you to pay some money to give you a key to decrypt your data. Trojan horses actually it's used by hackers to come to your computer or to into your computer from a backdoor. Backdoors also, it's like a Trojan computers or Trojan horses, bots, botnets, and threat of both client and server. All these are just threats for both side, client and servers, but mostly in client side. Because this is a need action by someone. Most common security threats, also we are just continuing, potential unwanted program, POP. Potentially unwanted program, مثلا الادwares. If you sometimes when you are just visiting a website, you get a click, do you want to allow this software? When you just click allow it, after a while when you are open your browser, I think you see this. You will get a pop-up message in your, for example, like where you see in my photo right now, you will just see a pop-up there. تحصل كذا أيقونات تظهر هنا فجأة إعلانات. Spyware also is one of the programs that helps to spy your computer. Browser baristas, that is again some of the software that is used for browsers. Now another type is called phishing. What is a phishing is? Phishing is just try to foolish you. For example, that is a very common email. Let me see, for example, emails coming like, hey, you win a $50,000. Just send some details to get your Bryce, I think most of you, they got such email. Okay? And a social engineering. Social engineering, what we mean by social engineering? We ask you a dummy questions. Like, how old are you? When you are engaged, what is your name? What is your birthday? This is called a social engineering. جمع معلومات عنك بطريقة أنت تبين لك أنها طريقة عادية، بس هي في الأساس طريقة الهدف منها معرفة تفاصيلك وبالتالي الوصول إلى بعض البيانات. Spear phishing, identity fraud or theft. Identity fraud or theft, that mean يعني أنا أتصل لك أنت مثلا وأقول لك هاي أنا محمد زميلك، يا أخي لو سمحت عندي مشكلة في الإيميل، ممكن تعطيني اليوزر نيم والباسورد مالك، أبغى أجرب إذا كان إيميلي شغال ولا ما شغال. هذا واحد من مثال بسيط يعني اللي يحصل ما بين الستودنت usually. So اللي هو انتحال الشخصية. بعد كذا يجي يراسلني من الإيميل مالك أنت، يجي راسل للمستر يقول مستر I have absent yesterday because of this. I will be absent tomorrow, or I will please do me something, or please help me in this. In your name. I thought you are the one, or you are but the other person is speaking in your behalf without you knowing that. Okay? الهاكينج اللي هي القرصنة. الهاكرز كنا نعرف الهاكرز, but unfortunately people they are just confused or misunderstand the hackers and crackers. What is a hackers and what is crackers? There is a big difference between them. Hackers, they may be a good people. It's not always a bad people as the people think. Hackers are good people mostly. It doesn't mean that all of them. We have three types of hackers. Crackers or hackers, let me say the people which are coming to you from the door. لما يدخل عندك يدخل من الباب. الكراكر لا, يدخل من الدريشة. So he will come from the window. That is a cracker. But hacker always will come from the door. So he will come from the door, but how we can call him a hacker? Yes, that is because he used some of these phishing or social engineering or something. That is, he got an access to your computer officially, not from backdoor. He don't use a backdoor. He don't use, for example, Trojan horses or whatever. He just use an official login or authentication. That is, he may get it from you by foolishing you. Typically, or type of hackers, we have three types of hacker: white hat, black hat, and gray hat. The white hat hackers, these people are very good people who are just actually employ them to audit عشان يتحققوا أو يتأكدوا إن السيستم مالنا شغال صحيح, إنه بياناتنا كفاية. That is, نوظفهم تلقائيا للعمل هذا, وبعد ما يخلص العمل or after he finish that work, he just give you a report. This weakness in your system, this is a weakness, and this is how you are close this weakness. Based on the weakness that black hackers, actually these hackers are, we are employing them. No, we are not employing them. Actually, they come to your system and steal information from your system by using some of the phishing ways. Gray hackers, actually they are like a white hackers, but okay, هو احنا وظفناه انه يعطينا البيانات, يحلل ويتحقق من النتورك مالنا, من السيستم مالنا, من السوفت وير مالنا, but at the end what he do, he just hide some information. يعني he got maybe 3 or 4 vulnerabilities in my system, but he showed me only 2. The remaining 2, after I pay him and he left, he will use it against me. that is a gray. He is not totally clear. But the white one, he will always clear with you. He will always show you all the things, and when he leaves, he will give you all the information and he will report you everything. Hack victims actually the people who are hacked. If we got hacked, our system got hacked, so we'll be a victim of hacking. If you are got hacked, دائما نقول تهكر حسابي تهكر ما ادري شو, so that is you are a hack victim اللي هو ضحية. Okay. Cyber vandalism, distribution, defense, destroy website. هذا إيش؟ This is just distributing or defacing or destroying a website. This is called cyber vandalism. Cyber vandalism, it is a terminology used to attack software, not a person. Attack software, attack your website, or attack your application and destroy it. That is actually called cyber vandalism. Data breach is just losing a control of corporate information to outside. يعني اللي هو do you heard about WikiLeaks and all that? It's just losing information or leak of some information to outside. Okay, we are logging. So this is also, again, I have to leave it for you. Read it and discuss it with some of your classmates. Most common security threats: credit card fraud or theft. This is the most one. Spoofing and farming, spamming, identify fraud, denial of service, و distributed denial of service. ايش يعني credit card fraud? Credit card fraud, that means I am the person, I just got your details, your credit card details, رقمك. What I need actually from a credit card? We need from a credit card only 3 things: the ID or the number of card, then expire date, and CCV. Only these 3 things we needed to attack or to use your credit card in your behalf. I will buy something from internet and I will use your card to pay. Of course, if we are buying things from Oman, it will be easy, it will be protected. But if you are using things from outside, if I buy things from external, so OOT or OTP will not shown. OTP works only if you are using Oman gateway. OTP, you know what is OTP? One time use PIN. Okay. Spoofing or phishing, that is, it's mean farming or spoofing. That means we are just watching. We sit and somewhere and watching what happens, how traffic is going on, and then we fetch this information. Spam or junk website like link farms. We are junking or spamming websites. Identity fraud, that is, I use your name in place. For example, credit card fraud. Identity fraud, I use your person. I said, yes, I am Muhammad, and this is they will ask me, what is your ID? I will give your ID. Again, I will give your details or information, but that is not you. That's me. Denial of service, that means we attack the server to... Do you remember when we are sitting in class, I told you, you always face a problem while you are just logging to the server at the time of peak hours. In peak hours. Peak hours, that means مثلا في فترة تسجيل المواد يكون زحمة على السيرفر، مجموعة بيانات، مجموعة ناس كثار دخلوا على السيرفر، فالسيرفر ما يقدر يخدم هذا العدد الكبير، يقدر يخدم لحد 1000 لحد 2000 مثلا يوزر. Okay, يعتمد من كل مؤسسة لمؤسسة will be different. So this service it will be denied by the number of users that is hacker flood site with useless traffic to overharm network, to destroy the server. Distributed denial of service, this is actually the same as DOS, but it's distributed. That means we send this information from many places. Like here, I will use IP cameras, I will use smartwatch, I will use my laptop, I will use the other computers which is in the world. Just I will use them to send a fake request to the server, fake request. So in place of sending 1,000 time or 1,000 requests at a time, I will send 10,000, 20,000. So that will put that server down, and it will deny. It will not work. Some people are saying, what is the use of this? Of course, it is useful for those, for example, your competitors. Your competitors need to put your servers down because they want to sell things. A reputation, السمعة نفسها, to destroy your reputation. A lot of things, a lot of benefits of these people who are doing these things. Sniffing. What is a sniffing is? A sniffing is just like, تعرفوا الله يعزكم الكلب يتشمشم. This is a sniffing. We are just putting a tool to sniff the traffic on a network. If we're dropping a program that monitor information traveling over a network, we are just putting a program, it will just sniff. As you know, but okay, how can I sniff a network that is 1,000 computers are running here and there? In this network, for example, in Mazun College, yes, I told you all these softwares, all these programs, all this network traffics, always, if it is go outside of the organization, it will go only through the firewall, is it? So I will sniff there. I will sniff. So if we see here, if you are in a city, many roads here and there, but all this road at the end, they will go and they will link on a main road. So every traffic will go through the main road to reach the second city, is it? So I will sniff that road. I will sniff the traffic will happen on that road if I am just focusing on external data. But sometimes I am focusing what is internally. That is also a sniffing. Insider attack. Insider attack, this is a very dangerous attack. Why? Because actually a misuse of trust. لأنه insider attack يعني من الداخل يحصل لي، يعني أنا أوكي مقفل وعامل فاير وول وعامل ومقفل حتى دراج وتو ما دام إنه عندنا كورونا أيضا مقفل البيبان ومقفل شو اسمه ومسوي معقم وكل شيء. لكن إيش المشكلة؟ المشكلة من جماعتي اللي في الداخل. So these people, they are most dangerous, especially the IT people. Okay, the IT people always, when they don't make them upset, because they have all keys. So it doesn't mean that you are not protected. If you go back and remember, there's a policy and there is a government law. It's protecting you. But still, because you are protecting from outside, still from internally can be attacked. Poorly designed server and client software. Again, also this is one of the threats. Threats يعني التهديدات أو الأخطار. So أيضا التصميم الضعيف أو الحماية الضعيفة للسيرفر وأيضا للكلاينت software. Social network security issues. Again, your Instagram account, and that is when you use, for example, I got one of my friends one day, he gave me a call, just please help. Yes, what happened? He said, my Instagram has been hacked. And this is, he used it for actually for e-commerce. Do you remember? What type of e-commerce using for Instagram? Social media. Social commerce. Okay. He used that. What is he did actually? He just used his phone number as a password. And that is most of you, they do the same. واللي منكم عاد شوية قوي يحط حرف اسمه أحمد، يحط A ورقم تليفونه، أو A والID ماله كباسورد. So that is how the sniffing or phishing happens. Okay, and that is one of the mobile platform security. Also phishing or smishing and malware. A cloud security issue, again, same issues, and that is all the threats can be seen. This is also, I will leave it for you. A technology solutions. What is okay? Now we know all these threats. We know all these problems. So how we are protecting? How we are now we know the threats. For example, insider attack or sniffing. How can I protect myself from this? Or if I have fraud or spoofing, how can I protect myself? First, protect internet communication. That is, so what is this? What type of security or what type of threats are there? What type of threats are there? Do you remember? Communication. We have what type? How many? We have 3. Client, server, and a communication. Weak point. So encryption is the way how we are protecting our data while it's traveling through the network. If my data is protected, even if someone is just sniffing or spoofing the data from the middle as a middleware attack, for example, middleware attack or middleman, man in middle attack, if that kind of attack is happening, still this information will be protected. Got it? So encryption, that is encrypting data. Tashfir. So securing channel of communication, also using a secure protocol like SSL, VPN. VPN, do you remember? Virtual private network, intranet. You remember that? SSL, I already explained this. HTTPS, SSL and TLS. Protecting networks, firewalls. Firewalls always works as just as a net of everything, as a filter. It will filter everything coming and going from the network, and protecting server and client by using antivirus and all that kind of software. If we see here a security, encryption, firewall, security tools, network security, VPN, access control. What we mean by access control? The authentication, username and password, tunneling, and all these things which can be available to achieve the site security. First of it, encryption. What we mean by encryption? Encryption is just converting the data from its original to another type of data which cannot be read. And even if you read it, it means nothing. Okay? Transferring data into a sphere text readable only by sender and receiver. So if we send a data from here, while you are receiving, only that time can be read. A secure stored information and information transaction. Provide 4 to 6 keys dimension for e-commerce security. Message integrity, narrowbulation, authentication, confidential. Okay? Symmetric key encryption. Symmetric key encryption is nothing but just we use the same key. I have a key in my organization or in my end, and you have the same key in your end. For example, I just encrypt the data using ABC. To open that information, you need to use the same key. This is called symmetric key encryption. Sender and receiver use the same digital key to encrypt and decrypt message. Require different set of key for each transaction. This is one of disadvantage of symmetric key. Also, strength of encryption, length of binary key used for encrypt data. هذا قوته إنه it can be used a very long key. Data encryption standard DES, advanced encryption standard AES, that is the most widely used symmetric key encryption. Use 128, 192 or 256-bit encryption key. Other standards use with the 2048 bits key. Okay, another type of keys. Okay, I said yes, I will encrypt, or I need to encrypt my data, but I don't want to give you my key. So I want data to be sent as encrypted, but still I don't want to give you my key. This is my private. This is my key. So why I will share it? Okay, if I share that key with you, so what will happen? Maybe a man in middle will fetch that key while he's snooping our network. So again, our data will be lost because of the third party also have the same key. So what is a purpose, or what is a use of this? I will say yes, I will give you a key. Just if you want to send me something, just go and use that key. That key will be not enough till you have another key which is called a private key. Let me see here. Let me show you something with just encryption. This is, let me search for private public key encryption. So just I will show you an image here. Yes, let me use this. If you see here, if you see this picture, Alice and Bob went to send an information for each others. Okay, so Alice and Bob, they will give a common word first, and then Alice will add his own key, secret color. If you see here, he had his secret color, and Alice also will add his secret color. For example, we will say ABC مفتاحنا العام. Then I will add to that ABC my own key. For example, MIG. And I will get a different key. This key I will send it to you. If you want to use if you want to send me a data, use your private key, then it will get a common public. Again, I will do the same and I will get a common one. Now we can use this as a public key, as our public key. So you will send me that, but still nobody can fetch this unless he has this key or this key. This one is just a private. It's with me or with you. This is yours. Even me, I don't know. This is mine. Even you don't know. So this is just a secret color. I just represented in color here for you, just to be easy to understand a public private key. Okay, so both key used to encrypt and decrypt message. Okay, once key is used to encrypt a message, a same key cannot be decrypted. So if I use a public key of Alan, so Bob cannot Alan cannot use his private key again to decrypt this information. Again, only Bob can decrypt this information. You got it? Sender, user receipt, a public key to encrypt message and decrypt as I explained it in details. If you see here, a sender sent original message, a receipt or public key will use, and a decryption message will use. If again my private key now I will use it here, I cannot decrypt this information. Only it will travel as encrypted. A public key or a private receipt, now Bob will receive this information. He should use his private information or his private key to decrypt this information, and then it will see with him. I hope it is clear. Public key encryption digits, signature and hash. Hash function, mathematical algorithm that procedure or fixed length number called message or hash digit. It usually creates a hash function. For example, if my password is 123, so it will convert it to the hash with a specific length. It's usually 32 or 64 or 128 or 256. That it will encrypt in that way, even if you use one single letter. Once it will encrypt, it will go to that. This is called one-way encryption or one-way encryption. That means there's no way to decrypt. There's no way to go back. Only one-way encryption. And usually we use it for password encryption. عشان كذا لما تفتح أي موقع وتعمل forget password ما يقدر يرجع لك الباسورد مالك. إيش يسوي؟ ينشئ لك باسورد جديدة ويرسل لك إياها ويخزنها بعد التشفير. This is they used as a hash digit or message sent for receipt along with a message to verify integrity. Hash digits is a message encrypted with a received public key. Entire sphere text then encrypted with a sphere private key. Okay, this is an example of public key encryption. They use a 2 digits to encrypt and decrypt. If you go through, you will see the hash function. It will show the hashing, and then we will use that hashing for public key. Digital envelope, address weakness of public key. So الحين public key can be also catchy. Okay, so to send that we have something called digital envelope. Digital envelope also it will be encrypted. It will include that is asymmetric key or that public key will be sent in as envelope. Okay, so we use it, or we once we send a public key or we send our private key can be sniffed, as I said before. So we use a digital envelope that is used asymmetric key encryption to encrypt the document, and they use the public key encryption to encrypt and send asymmetric key. This is called a digital envelope. This is how we are creating a digital envelope. If you see in here, a digital envelope where original message will be sent, asymmetric key session will be used, and then a public keys will say, and digital envelope will be created, a message encrypted in a sphere, then again a private key will be used to decrypt the envelope, and then asymmetric key will show the public key. I hope this is clear. Okay, digital certificate and public key infrastructure, BKI, which is a digital certificate includes name. I already explained this. I remember I already explained this. If you see in here, if I go to, for example, now I see Google have here a lock. Okay, if we just seen, we have this called a certificate. This certificate, what will include? If we see in details, we see the version, serial number, signature algorithm, what kind of algorithm we are using, who is issuing this, and valid from, valid to, and the subject, and this is a public key of what? Of this certificate. A public key parameter, what kind of parameter we are going to use, and all many things that is a subject key, and a lot of information that's been stored in this key, and that is all of them work as a combined. مثل لما نشتغل بالبطاقة بالكريدت كارد, it's need 3 things to identify: رقم البطاقة وتاريخ الانتهاء or expired date, card number, expired date, and CCV. Got it? So that is the things how it will works. This is a digital certificate, includes name of the subject or company, subject public key, digital certificate serial number. I already explained, or I already shown all this key. Public key infrastructure, CA, and digital certificate procedure, BGP. Okay, if you see, I think you already know this is BKI. BKI, usually we use our ID or our phone for authentication. If you go for example, if you go to سند تحدث بيانات أو شيء, they will use your ID. Or if you go to ROB, they will put your ID in, that is called BKI authentication. They will use your let me see here, I have a card. They will use this slide, or they will use a BKI using a data. So this is how it works. They will the recipients, they will send an invitation or a work. They will check the certificate, and then they will check if the certificate is valid and is it for the same site. It will show you the authentication. Say it's called certificate authentication, or CAS, and then the transaction button. Limit of encryption solution doesn't protect strong storing of private key. This is one of the BKI. Not effective assign insider employees. The BKI, we cannot use it inside the organization because it is a third party authentication, or CA. A protection of private key by individuals may be haphazard. يكون في مشكلة. ليش؟ I visit many of the organization. I seen they put, for example, even the password of their computer, they will put it in a sticker here. قال ليش تخلي كذا؟ قال عشان ما أنساه. So still, again, private key, it can be also doing with the same way. No guarantee that verifying computer of merchant is secure. Also, another one is, we can, okay, I will use all that things, but it doesn't mean that the merchant computer is totally secure. Certificate authentication are unguaranteed, a self-selecting organization. This is a limitation of encryption solution. Secure channel of communication, SSL or TLS, that means whole data will transfer, all while it's go from the information, it will be secured. It will be encrypted as SSL. SSL means just HTTPS, if you remember that. لما تشوف القفل على, when you see here, Google is having what? It has a look here. That means they are using, if we just copy this, just let me remove this. If I copy this, if you see here, HTTPS is there. Got it? Yes. That is a secure protocol. Hypertext, virtual private network. This is just like a virtual pipe, which you are opening a pipe where you are a straw between you and the second part. Every data will go just inside this pipe. Nobody from outside can access. Only الطرفين. مثل المصاصة. البيب مال المصاصة. من هنا ثمك ومن هناك البول. Okay, so the same thing, it works between you and the second part. Wireless WBA, this is also a security. It allows remote user to secure access internal network via internet. This is a VPN. Wireless Wi-Fi network, we use actually WBA2. This is the modern or the latest version of security. Secure negotiation session, this is how it works. It will negotiate. SSL, it will check the, if you see here, client certificate, it will be checked with the merchant certificate, and this is it will how after it's just digital envelope will be changed, and then it will create a secure encryption between sender and receiver. A protection of network of our organization, first of it, we said a firewall. Firewall is just, it's maybe software or hardware, exactly like a server. Server can be hardware and can be software. Again, firewall can be hardware and it can be software also. It's used as a security policy for filter packets. It's just filtering all packets which is travel in internet. So the firewall is always the last point قبل لا يجي كابل منع مانتل هنا في أول جهاز يتصل به كابل مانتل يتصل به الفايروول، ومن بعد من خلف الفايروول عندنا شبكتنا كلها. كل شيء يمر عن طريق هذا عشان يطلع لي الانترنت، وكذلك اللي يجي من الانترنت يمر عبر هذا الفايروول الجدار الناري. everything هو ايش يسوي؟ It's also application gateway, or also it's used to filter all packets. If this packet authorized to go, it will go. If this packet authorized to come in, it will come in. Is this protocol authorized or not? It will show. Proxy server. A proxy server actually is just like a firewall. It is a software server that handle all communication from or sent to the internet. This is called a proxy. A proxy يعني كل الاتصالات اللي تصير أول حاجة تروح عن طريقه هو فقط. So if someone went to attack our network, again they will fully attack the firewall. Proxy. They cannot touch our network. ليش؟ لأن احنا كل شيء نرسله عن طريق هذا البروكسي، وهذا البروكسي هو اللي يرسل للإنترنت. كذلك كل الاتصالات اللي تجينا من برا تجينا عن طريق البروكسي، والبروكسي هو اللي يمررها للداخل. intrusion detection system و intrusion prevent system. هذه اللي هي أنظمة الحماية. أنظمة الحماية اللي هي أنظمة النظام الأول نظام الاكتشاف، والنظام الثاني نظام الحماية. Intrusion. This is how firewall is work. Firewall is just like this is our network, and this is the web server or the internet. Firewall will just put it in front of our network. When the people are accessing, they will access through firewall only. Again, proxy, it's work in the same way, but here it's maybe hardware or software. Here it's always a computer or a server. Software. Okay. Protection servers and client. Operating system security. طبعا enhancement. كيف أنا أعمل enhancement للسكيورتي مالي؟ أول حاجة دائما أحافظ على الأبديت. لما مايكروسوفت تنزل أبديت معناته في شيء هم اكتشفوه خطأ يريدوا يصححوه، فلا تتجاهل الأبديت. Don't always miss updates. Always be updated your system. And patches. Patches is just, it's like a small software. It's مثل الرقعة. يعني هم حصلوا خرم هنا. They will just come and patch it. يرقعوها يعني كذا. هذا الهول أو هذه الثغرة اللي وجدوها يسكروها. That is the patches. Also, it's usually come as update. Antivirus software. Antivirus software is the most important to be also developed and updated again. Essentially and latest expensive way of protection threat to the system integrity. Required daily update. لأنه الفيروسات يوميا تتجدد، فبالتالي الداتابيس مال الفايروال مال الانتي فيروس it should be also updated. يعني أنا عندي فيروس اليوم كورونا، كل المعامل في العالم الآن جالسة تشتغل بحوث على اكتشاف هذا المرض، على معرفة المرض، وبالتالي إيجاد المصل المناسب. هذا المصل المناسب إذا كان ما موجود معاي في مخازني أنا ما راح أستفيد منه حتى وإن خرج من المعمل. أيضا معامل الفيروسات الأنتي فيروسز اللي شركات الأمن مثل كاسبر سكاي نورتون وغيرها من شركات or the company of software that's of antivirus companies that will create that antiviruses, but if you are not updated, still it will be useless. So you have to update your antivirus daily. Okay, management policies and business procedure and policy law. So what is a policy? That the policy, as we said in the beginning, it is just a ways or a system or a law how you are using this technology. It's a worldwide companies spend more than 65 billions on a security hardware, software, and service. Management risks include what? A technology, effective management policy, and policy laws and effective information. A security plan or management policy, it should also take a risk management first and security policy and implement a plan for that risk. Do you know what is a risk management and security management, quality management? All these things should be applied in management policy. A risk assessment, security policy, implemented a plan, which is security organization, access control, authentication procedures, authorization procedures or policies, who will be authorized for what. For example, IT manager will be authorized to do what, IT technician to be authorized to do what. This is all is, or a normal user, what is his authorized, what is the procedure, and also the audit. Security audit should be always there to continue. Of course, this stream will be too long, but please, I will continue to close all chapter 5, and then you can watch it in slice. Do you remember? Bucket slice. Just here go and slice the videos. Take a part of it and understand it. A comment will be available. You can write your comment there. If there's any comment, we will answer it for you. Okay. Developing e-commerce security plan. This is how we are developing. First, perform a risk assessment. Develop a security policy, exactly as we said here. The same thing. And then develop an implementation plan. Okay, I develop the policy, but if this policy is not implemented, so still it will remain as nothing. Useless. Is it? So we need to implement it. When it will be executed, how it will be executed, who will be executed, and create a security organization, perform a security audit. Audit, that means check. Auditing the things. Check if that policy is effective or la. If it is effective or not. If it is, we need to change on it, or we need to increase the policy, or reduce some policies. So audit will be always there. And this is a security plan cycle. Rules of law and policy, public policy, laws that giving authorities tools for identifying, tracing, prosecution cyber criminals. يعني القانون دائما وضع لإيش؟ لتحديد والتتبع وأيضا محاكمة مرتكب الجرائم الإلكترونية. مثلا National Information Infrastructure Protection Act in 1996. This is in USA actually, not with us. USA. Patriot Act and Homeland Security Act. This is in USA. Private and public or private public cooperation CERT. This is also we have a CERT, which is Oman CERT. Okay. Coordination Center, US CERT, government policies and control on encryption software, OACG, G7, G8, Council of Europe, Western agreements. All these are just like agreement. لما تسمع الدولة الفلانية وقعت اتفاقية أو دخلت في اتفاقية كذا. So all these things is just a same for the IT and internet governance. Now let me come to a payment. Now we always protect our system, and we are just seeing, let me say, consider this is a new topic. We protect our system and we are ready to serve people. How we are get our payment? As you know, a first payment type is cash, is it? So can we implement cash in our e-commerce? Yes or no? I think the answer is no, because yes, because of, as we said, because of we are working in two remote places. But yes, there is a cash in there that's called pay on delivery. Do you remember that? Pay on delivery. يعني لما يوصل شيء I will pay cash. مثل لما نستخدم like we are using talabat.com in local e-commerce. You remember? Most common form of payment is a cash, instantly convertible into other forms of value. No float on that. Second way is a check or a checking transfer. This is the second most common payment from the United States and other worlds also. And the third one, and the very famous in e-commerce, it's a credit card. A credit card association issue bank and process centers. Processing centers, that mean all the shops or the markets, when you are going to pay, when you put your card and put your let me say your secret PIN and take the amount. This is called the processing centers. Stored value اللي هي الwallets, like wallets. Fruit distribution into account from which funds are paid out of the worth as we need. مثل PayPal and all that, they will take just take some amount and they keep it with them and they will pay from it. This is called fund or stored value. Debit cards, you know, it's unlike credit card. Debit card, it will take immediately from your balance. If there is amount in your balance, they will take it. And gift certificates, it's just a card, like a business card, or I mean like a credit card or debit card. It's just have some amount I will give you and you will buy using that card. Peer-to-peer payment system, this is just one-to-one. Accumulating balance that accumulate expenditure to which is a customer make a prior or a period payment, يعني installment or أقساط. Utility phone American Express accounts, this is some examples. A payment system stockholder, من هم الstockholders or من هم الناس المعنيين بنظام الدفع. First one is a consumers, that is you, me and others, and this is they will take only low risk and low cost, refutable, confidence, reliability. All this is just for a customer. The second level is merchant, التجار نفسهم. أيضا they are taking a low risk because everything is happening via financial organization, and low cost, irreversible, secure and reliable. So if you see here in customer, it's maybe secure and maybe not. Financial intermediator, what is this intermediator? It's banks. لأنه البنك مالي والبنك مالك، بنك مال المارشنت والبنك مال consumers, they will work together. So this is secure, low risk, and maximum or maximizing profit, because every transaction they will take some money. صح ولا لا? So in transaction, when I pay you, they will take some cost or some fees on that transaction. Here in Oman, they took usually 2.7, I think 2.75 from each transaction. Just imagine it. So government regulations, this is actually like Al-Bank Al-Markazi, central bank. Security, trust, protection, and participant and enforce reporting. Payment system, credit card, mostly 42% of online payment in 2013 in United States. Debit card, unlike credit card. Credit card, ايش الفرق بين الديبت card and credit card? What's the difference between them? A credit card, it will take some amount, it's like a loan. They will give you 2,000 Omani Riyal, for example, as a loan, and they will put it for you. Once you are using, they are start calculating a benefit on that. That's called installment interest. They will take interest, فايدة. A debit card is linked directly to your account. It's linked directly to your account. I will take money immediately from your account. It's 29% of online payment happened in 2013. Limitation of online card payment, security and merchant risk, الcost. لأن الديبت card, الcredit card, is take interest from you, and also it costs a lot. And also social equality. Social equality, that's mean usually when credit card companies issue you a credit card, it's based on your guarantee. Yani for me, for example, they will take my salary as a guarantee, and they will give me amount on that based on my income, monthly income. For example, my monthly income, let's assume that 500 Omani Riyal, and second person, his income is 3,000 Omani Riyal. So he will get for 3 months, that means his limitation will be 9,000 and my limitation is 1,500. So this is اجتماعيا not equal. Even if I have more money than him in my bank account, it doesn't matter. They take that guarantee, which is salary income. How the credit card transaction will happen, as you've seen here, from the customer to the merchant, and merchant secure line to the clearance house to the customer credit issue bank, and from issue bank to the merchant bank, and then our bank, when they pay, they will give you if you see, customer will make a purchase, TSL or SSL as a second, 3, the merchant website to the clearance house, 4, the server will send request to my bank, and that is 4, 5 to the merchant bank, and then again back to the, if you see here, we have 2 ways communication. Here also 2-way communication. Here also 2-way communication. But here it's just only 1-way communication. Only from bank will give you a feedback that is amount has been detected from your balance. Okay. Alternative online system, online stored value system. This is like just a wallet based on a value stored in customer bank. A checking or credit card account. Example of it, PayPal. PayPal will take immediately from your account, but they took that payment in your behalf. Other alternatives like Amazon Payment, Google Checkout, Bill Me Later, or Bill Me Later, yes, and WU Pay, Download. The most common used is PayPal and Amazon Payment. Google Checkout, some people are using, but not most people. And recently there is Apple Cards. It's called Apple Credit Cards. Only a few months ago has been released. Mobile payment. Use a mobile phone as a payment device. Established in Europe, Japan, South Korea. I think it's also in USA. Here in Oman, it's not used yet. They use it in some organization. They use smart watches right now, which is called near field communication. Near field communication is just nothing but just a share, like I see. If you see the new card of, if you see here, just let me hide my numbers. If you see here, we have a signal of Wi-Fi. If we have a signal of Wi-Fi, this is for security reason only. I just hide my card. If you see, this is called near field communication. Just by putting the device nearby the other device, maybe you see this now in petrol pump and some devices. Just you need to pass this card to the device and the money will detect immediately, which is a short range, which is usually 2 inches. Wireless of sharing data between devices, expanded in United States. Google Wallet. This is mobile app designed for NFC chip. PayPal also, they provide the same. Square is another way. Digital cash and virtual currencies. A digital cash is based on algorithm that guaranteed a unique tokens. Maybe you heard about Bitcoins 2018 and 2017, 2018. It was in a very big. One Bitcoins reach up to maybe 18 or 20,000 Omani Riyal. And once it started in China, this Bitcoins, it was costing 0.001 cent. Yani it's not 1 cent, 0.001 cent. It's just a base of cent. Now, I think in our day it's 7,000 or 6,000 Omani Riyals. This is called Bitcoins. It is a digital cash. A virtual currencies, that is circulate within internet or internal virtual world. For example, Linden Dollar in Second Life, Facebook Credit, اللي عادة تستخدموها في الجيمز في الألعاب. This is called a credit or virtual currencies. هي ما عملة حقيقية، هي مجرد وسيلة للدفع بها، عبارة عن رصيد ممكن تشتريها أيضا or you may use it. If you see that golden currency and if you play some games, you will see such things. Bitcoins, what are some of the benefits of using this? I will leave it for you to discuss, search and discuss about Bitcoins and check what is a Bitcoins. Electronic billing or represent and payment. EBPP, online payment system for monthly bills, like what we do it in Omantel or Ooredoo. They are doing the same. Or electricity bill, 50% of bill payment to competing EBP business models, biller direct or consolidation. Both models are supported by EBP infrastructure providers. So that is, you know it. I think it is just electronic. By this, we are just finishing our course. Wish you good luck, and inshallah. And if you have any inquiry, don't hesitate to send me in private email or in comment. Thank you and wish you good luck.